Hey guys, welcome back to another round of Cyber Gaming. I'm here in the Faron Woods, about to go head over to the first temple. We've already collected the light vessels here across while we were within the Twilight realm, playing as Wolf Link. So let's go see what Midna wants here, but let's go head over to this first temple. Yes, I know how to work a sword. Thank you very much. So let's go stop by and talk to the lantern dude really quick. As you can see, I have about halfway left on my lantern on my X button on the top right. So let's see what we can do for you. Come on, let's hurry up through this. Perfect. We got a small key. And let's buy that. Do I not have enough rupees? Okay, either way. Let's go and check this out. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to get back through this area and into kind of the misty area that we're going to see shortly. I'm going to kind of run through this little cave here as it is really not important to anything that we are doing. But basically what's going to happen is the monkey is going to steal our little lantern and we are going to work our way through. So at least on my screen this is dark enough where it is kind of an annoyance to go through here without using the lantern. But basically this is where we want to go, and we're going to get our lantern stolen here for a sec, which isn't too big of a deal because it's actually going to save us on the oil and everything like that, so we don't have to refresh. So just stay with him, and he's going to clear the path for you. And then I think we have one more kind of little stop right before the temple. Yep. So basically, as much as we think the monkeys are basically causing problems around the village and things like that, and around the woods, it's actually they need our help to clear the temple, as they are basically being harassed and things like that and locked up. So kind of like what you do in like Goron temple or the fire temple within Ocarina of Time, we're basically going to be clearing out the monkeys and saving them, kind of like we did with the Gorons in Ocarina of Time. The frustrating thing is he definitely takes his sweet time. You can see we're not exactly going in the most linear path to get up to that temple. But overall, I actually really enjoyed the temple. I think it's pretty straightforward. There's... Oh, sorry, I might have hit him. There's going to be a handful of keys to pick up. We can get a heart piece in there. I've already actually gotten the heart piece from this area, which is, I think, back there. So definitely something worth grabbing if you do not have that heart piece. And then I believe we will be getting the boomerang as well, which will be the utility and item that we're going to use across the level, including defeating the boss. So I'm pretty sure right there is exactly where we want to go. Come on. Let's clear him out. And we actually even should be getting a new attack, which I'll explain here in a bit. Don't need to worry about that. So that looks like it's pretty much cleared for us. So actually I need to wait a little bit. I do need my lantern, so I don't want to just skip forward and forget about that. Come on, dude. There we go. So you probably could come up here and wait for him, but it's best, in my opinion, just to stick with him, just in case. Alright, let's pick you up, and let's get off to the temple. And like I mentioned, we'll be learning a new attack here. You can see that I am out of oil for that lantern. I'm not sure if I'm going to need that or not for the temple, but let's worry about that later. There we go. Take out some of these bad guys. And there we go. So let's run straight forward here, and you can see there is a little wolf-like figure blocking the temple's path. So you should automatically face this guy. I don't think there's any way you can get around him, and I don't think you would want to get around him personally. It is best to take him on, and let's go get that item, or that attack. So similar like what you do is showing the kids how to do an attack, this guy is going to teach us an attack. It's basically going to be a little tutorial around the game, and we're going to do multiple of these. So he is basically the legendary warrior, more or less, and we are going to learn from him. And there's plenty of theories on like what he actually is. Is he Link from Ocarina of Time? Is he somebody else from the past? You know, things like that. So we're going to learn Ending Blow, which actually I use this a lot during the game. I think it's very helpful. Go. And then just get over on top of him and then press A as you're targeting on him. And that one's pretty straightforward. There's some other attacks that are a little bit more in-depth, but that one's the one I personally will use the most and think is the most valuable. And I'll go through the game and show you where all of these are. This one is the easiest to get because you directly have access to the wolf. The other ones are going to use called like Howling Stones. They're around the level, around the map, you know, things like that. But then when you need to find the wolf, which is what appears after you use the Howling Stone, you're going to need to go somewhere else completely to get that. So it's basically a two-step process to get the new attacks. Alright, here we go. Yep, I knew it. I knew it. Alright, let's go see if the birdie has some. So obviously I need to burn that down to get into the temple. Go. Let me... I always do that. D-pad. So, it's just in case. I don't need the milk. I shouldn't run into too much problems with my health. So, let's go over here. Lantern oil. Use X. Yep. Perfect. To fill your lantern with fuel, set the lantern and then the oil to X and Y. So, let's do that. Oh, whoops. There we go. I always forget this. There we go. Was that 20 bucks? There we go. Yeah. So, I have my lantern on Y, oil on X, and now, again, let's go put the slingshot there on X. So now we can finally enter the temple. Should be just, you know, it takes you about 5-10 minutes after completing the vessel to get over here. Whee! Okay. So, now we can just swing the lantern. And let's put it away so we don't waste any of that oil I just paid for. Go. And so now you're going to enter your first main room. There's not much for us to do here, but you're going to kind of learn some of the different things around the level. So you can see a little path up to the top right, but mainly what we're trying to do is just get that monkey. So let's put that away. So you can also see here, go. We can get some pots. And this is something they kind of did in Skyward Sword as well. It's like, I know what a $5 rupee is. Like, you don't need to show me that pretty much every time I turn off my system. But that's just going to be how it is. And then, so come over here. Go and clear that. And we can now free the monkey. And we're going to go up to the next room. And so this is also, we want to use our slingshot. Same thing, kind of pretty similar to Ocarina of Time. Yeah. You're going to have a good amount of these spiders just kind of laying around. And actually a little bit cool, they curl up like in a little ball like a spider really does. And then they basically go poof. So he is excited. He wants to show us something. And let's get up here. So we're going to come into this main area here. So there we go. Oh, come on. I need to get to the side of him. There we go. And that's that finishing move that I think is so valuable. Oh, there we go. Let's go light this up. Let's light that up. There we go. And you can see a little bombable wall down there, but we'll get to that later. So now we're going to work our way right through the front door. So basically going through the middle. We are going to go back to that room and go through the left and right entrance or exit. But this is what we got to do first really quick. And this is basically how the level is going to work. So we need to clear the monkeys and free them so that we can go take on that big evil monkey. And that is our boomerang that we are going to get. And we are going for that butt. We are going to destroy him. Yeah, I'm sorry, little guy. So basically, we're also going to be freeing the monkeys and then using them as like, kind of like what you do in other games. They're going to be hanging from here, and you're going to just kind of swing back and forth until you can get to the other side. So, okay, let's go this way first. Doesn't really matter. We'll see if we can get through anything here. Let's just double check up here. I don't think there's there's nothing of importance there. So let's get through. There we go. Let that go. I might need to turn out the brightness on my monitor. Like, this is insane. I can't see anything. So, this guy, I personally don't use him very much, but he is a intricate part, like, he's part of the game and something that you can use. So, yep, warp is basically, he's our new warping tool. Call her in a dungeon, she'll let you in and out and allow you to return when you want. Yeah, you can basically just set him up as the menu part there. So, we can go through here. So, good thing I have a full amount of oil for my lantern, or else I would not be prepared for this. So, there's a good amount in this room, but let's just go one door at a time here. So here, we're going to need the boomerang. So just remember, oh, is this not part of the boomerang? Okay, I need to shut up. I kind of assumed that. Okay, so let's get through that. So basically how these are going to work is you can see ones that are up top here. And so this one is moved by the wind, so we can go back and forth. Some of the other ones are going to be boomerang only, which I swear there's one like at the beginning of the level that you're going to walk in just like that and it just won't move. Yeah, okay, so same thing. That's why I was expecting it to not move. So these ones here, this is towards the end of the level. We're going to need to boomerang so we can move these to all different rooms and give us all the different entrances and exits. Okay, there we go. So now we got our key. That's important. So now we can go back and let's go see what else we can open up. There we go. And same thing over here. that might even be like the master key if I remember correctly. So there's going to be a little area there. You have to use the boomerang. That's annoying. And at least for that, like where I was saying where the master key is, it's a weird puzzle to put in the very first level. Basically, what we have to do is look at the floor and then boomerang around to match what the puzzle is on the ground. Okay, there we go. So I need to just pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going over stuff and foreshadowing stuff that's like, man, it'll take another 20-30 minutes to get to. Perfect. So we got one more monkey to free. Yes, I can see him. Alright, let's skip that. That's not a big deal. So you can see how we're going to get out. This bridge is going to break on us. And we're going to use the monkeys to get back. So just roll into it. Roll into it. There we go. And now I think, yep, there we go. We got a couple enemies to take on. These guys are pretty simple. This shouldn't be any issue for you. We should be out of here in just a minute, and we can go back to the main room. Okay, so let's go work our way up. And so they're going to kind of just show us what their skills are. So he's going to jump a little bit, use the other monkey. So now we can just swing. Jump and jump. So nothing too crazy there. And like I mentioned, so you can come over here, but really there's nothing over here for you to really utilize, as we're gonna need the boomerang. So I think there's right here. So this will be different between the Twilight Princess HD and the regular version. So we just got a rupee. I can't remember what they're called in the HD version, but it is a little secret item that you'll find around the map. So let's go all the way back, and let's go back to the main room. So now that we have two monkeys, we're progressing okay. There should be another one for us to grab here shortly. So, again, he just wants us to use him. Oh, that's okay. Actually, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to activate the bomb here. Okay, we'll do that with the boomerang. So, go and jump and burn and put this away. So I think this is the massive room that we're going to come back to multiple times. And there we go. That is where our heart piece is going to be at. So we're going to throw one of those bombs right in there from up top, and that's going to clear out a chest for us to grab the heart. Go. So let's clear this guy. Oh. There. I mean, that probably was not the best throw, but I will 100% take that. Go. So let me just look around really quick. Okay, so that's not where I want to go. Let me check up here really quick. Thinking this room is we're gonna need a boomerang. Yep, okay. So these ones are... Is this the one that's off? Just take one quick look. And come on, can you move the other way? Okay. Yeah. So basically we need to go on the first platform and then flip the other platform using the boomerang. Sorry, that just took me 1 sec. But this will give you further context as we go through the map. And let's see if we can get that heart. think we need to go from the top one. Yeah, alright, we'll do it from the top. I feel like I spent such a long time trying to get that one time that I don't really want to. I feel like there was a better strategy, and I do not like that way of doing it. God, okay. Double check that. Let's go clear this. We can do this. So let's get the angle right. Wow, my controller is just so sensitive right now. Come on, come on, come on. There we go, perfect. So it might take you a little bit of tries. I'm not even so sure. Let's just go in here really quick. What exactly we're looking for here. So here, let me come back to this one, I think. Let me go, well, take a quick look around. Okay, awesome. Let's get that opened up. And we got our key. So at least that is beneficial for this area. So this is the guy where I'm more worried about, just because the hook shot is the easiest way to take him out. Or the boomerang is the easiest way to take him out. So let's just get these lit up. And let's worry about him later. So just stay off of the platforms that you think he's at. And then now we can work our way up. And you can see there is another chest below. And we're going to need the boomerang to get that. So it's, there we go. And you can see I only have one heart now. So this is where I need to start paying attention. And try to get at least one heart here to help me out. But now we have our third monkey. There we go. There we go. We got a heart piece. Now let's get that opened up. And let's free that little guy. Let's see if there's any rupees or any... Yep, there we go. Perfect. Alright, let's get out of here. And we can come back with that boomerang. So I'm just going to skip over him by going in the water. Okay, so let's get out of here. We still have another room to go and hop over to. So let's go off here to the right. And you should see like the vines here. So just gonna target those guys. Come on. Go. And make that jump. Shouldn't be much of a problem. You can see we lost the monkey, but that's okay. So I'm not really sure. Dude, why am I missing that? So I'm just gonna hop down and get that heart piece, and then I'll just cut back to where I'm back up top, so you guys don't have to watch me run around for a minute. So just make that jump. Come on, drop down, and there we go. And you can see there's another bomb bug right there, but that is heart number 2. Okay, so now we have 3 monkeys. We got our second heart piece. Now we have a little kind of mini boss here. So you can see another hidden monkey there. This one shouldn't be too much of a headache though. So you can see the small key that's going to get swamped up and dropped right into basically his little belly. So take him out. You get the monkey. Go. So I'm just getting a couple hits on him. Go. Come on. Is that gonna be enough for you? go. So just keep evading him. I feel like he's definitely got more health than I remember. That's why I was wondering if we gotta throw the bomb bugs at him. There we go. That's a good hit. And now this is where we use the bomb bugs. And we should need to get 2 hits on it. I think it is. So let's go. Oh, man. Oh, I had definitely more time than I was expecting. I need to switch up my controller. But that's, come on. This is getting embarrassing. Okay. It's like it's taking a second every single time I run over to them. There we go. And it just like sits there for a second when I'm tapping B. Ooh. Okay. Interesting. I thought for sure it was 2. Oh, I'll take it. So let's get our mini key here. And basically that's not the like mini boss per se where we're gonna get the boomerang, but I like to consider him a mini boss. So let's go grab our monkey here. Perfect. We can now break that down. And we should have enough monkeys to go take on that big monkey from the beginning of the level. So he's the one that has the boomerang, and he's the important one for us to kind of progress within the level. So there's going to be a lot to do with the boomerang. We're going to be backtracking a lot. I kind of already showed you guys the rooms that we need to go into with the boomerang. So I'm just going to drop right down. There we go. Let's find the main entrance. There we go. So head back to the main room. There we go. And make that jump. And we're gonna have to do more swinging. So they're gonna lead you to basically the monkey with the boomerang. They're showing you where to go. So you shouldn't really have any problem figuring that out. This, as long as you don't drop, you should be okay. It's just a little bit of a timing thing. Ah, can't skip that. Okay. Awesome. There we go. And just one last one. And now we got a mini boss fight that is going to drop us a new item. So once again, I only have 3 hearts. You should only have 3 hearts. Shouldn't be much of a problem, but just kind of keep an eye. You don't want to get hit too much, as it will just be more of a nuisance than anything. And then also getting out of here, look at the little switch that's above me from when I walked in. You're going to need to notice that, and you're going to need to use that to get out of the room. So we're going to be smacking that butt too, but with a sword. Wait for him to stop. There we go. He uses his own boomerang on himself. And I like to do the jumping A attack. And it's basically multiple rounds of that. Nothing too crazy. Just make sure you're close enough for when he does the attack so that you can roll into it. Perfect. So you can see a little bad bug that's been, causing him issues and causing this whole problem to begin with. But now we have our boomerang. So there's 2 things I want to do before kind of heading towards the final boss. There's two doors that I want to go to immediately. And so first we're going to head back to the main area, I think. And this one is actually, I think, a great take on the boomerang. So we'll go through this and what we can do. We got the Gale boomerang. And let's see if I can actually pull up my items. So that is the key part there at the end, that it can do 5 targets at once. So hold it. We can lock. Watch this. So you can see it didn't go all the way up. So it's lock, 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 and then throw it. So now we shouldn't have an issue here. Ah, I must not have hit it fully. I guess to be fair, my locks were pretty bad. Okay, there we go. So really what I want to do is go back to the big room where we got the heart piece, and then I really actually want to go back down there and go back to the main room. So, you can see another monkey here. So let's take out the enemy first, and then we can just use the boomerang to knock him down. And as I do not want any problems there, let's just make sure we hit that. And now we have a cleared monkey. And that's a happy monkey. And we'll be seeing all these guys again later within the level. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I think everybody kind of wanted to save the monkeys. Perfect. So kind of rush your way through here. And this is one of the areas that I came out and I said we would need to flip the bridges. So just in case if you don't remember that. So also if you remember when we came through here, let's make sure, pretty sure it's this door with the little enemy that's in the ground. We also want to take out all the lights, which is going to send the stairs down. And I can give a little bit more context on that here in just a sec. Perfect. So you can see there's actually multiple of these guys. And I didn't mean to, but basically what I did is use the boomerang to take out the light. You're annoying. So all you gotta do, just do that, and all the lighting will go away, and then all the flooring will be gone too. So now I have this bad guy, the heart piece. Perfect. And so now I can keep going. And let's go back to the main room. So let's just roll through this. It should just take us a second to get back there. And then we can go get the boss key and continue on to kind of the end final rooms. So there. So I don't really actually want to... See if I hit enough of that. I did. Perfect. And you can see the bomb bug right there. So just in case you guys wanted to see what some of these chests were, I'd like to just kind of go through them. And we got some rupees. So neither of those were necessary, but I do think that it's valuable information, especially to know how, one, the lantern works, and two, how to correctly use the boomerang, and kind of all the options you have there. So same thing here. This is the one I kind of initially wanted. Let's get that up. And we got our compass. I still haven't, I don't think I found the map yet, but to me, I don't really care about the compass or the map personally. They don't really add too much information to me. So I get them on most levels, but I will not say all levels. So we can come right back through here. And I showed you what is in that room, and that is where we're going to end up going. Thought for sure he'd be back. So here, we see a Z on the ground. I remember when this game first came out, and I couldn't figure this out for the life of me. I thought for sure I tried pretty much every combination, and still was not able to open this thing up. But eventually, yeah, saw the Z, probably looked it up online. But that is probably the most confusing part of this level. And now we got the big key. So, let's go back. I'm pretty sure it was this door right here. So, come right through here. And now we have access to not just this one, which I know this will be moved by the wind, but you can see the monkey here. He is giving you context and basically a little hint that this is the way you want to go. And honestly, in my opinion, this is a great Zelda level. It kind of hints at where you need to go. A lot of kind of back and forth, but there's not too much tread on wasting time going back and forth between all the different areas of the level. I recently played Link's Awakening on the Switch, and man, there's definitely a lot of back and forth and turning around in there, and it just gets a little frustrating. So this is also basically a hint that we need to get a couple more monkeys there. So the top 3 levels are empty, and that is what we're going to need to get across here. So you can see we can go up there right now. My preference is actually to go back here and finish up these rooms first before going to the final room and finishing that up. So you do have a little bit of leeway on how you want to go about things. That. And you. Get rid of you. And since I don't believe we have a key, we're going this way. So, is this the one with... Okay, so we're going to use lanterns here. Perfect, and finish you off. Man, you guys are annoying. So, let's head back down. Perfect. So we are going to do it this way. And be patient here. This one kind of sucks. So this might take me a couple tries. Let's see here. Double check if that cleared. So basically what I want to do is throw the bomb, hit that thing up there, the netting, and then drop down on the monkey. So I might need to clear the mouthpiece. Dang it, every time. Okay, let's see if I can even do this. Nice. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's annoying. So let's get rid of you. Perfect. So let's go back up. Let's see if we can get the next one figured out really quick and see if we can clear that monkey. Man, that guy gets annoying. So let's Should we clear this one? Perfect. So I almost cleared with the bomb anyways. Which is the way I kind of initially always did it. But I feel like this way is just a little bit faster. So let me double check this, because I still need to get a key. Okay, let's get out of here. Come on, dude. Let's go up. Man, he is so slow. So if we don't have a key, we're going to need to go back to the final room. But let me just double check this really quick. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the room that I was hoping would be this one is most likely this one here. Am I going the wrong way? Yes, I am. Of course. Okay, that's not a big deal. So I'll just turn back around. Let's get this thrown forward. And so what I mentioned off to the left, I could have sworn that was the room that was back in here, but no big deal. So basically what we want to do is get off to the left, go up the grapevine, or up the vines. So we're going to hit this one here. Hit this. Now come and twist this one here, and so we can go and take these guys out. And if you need to, just throw the boomerang at him. I feel like that's easier in my opinion. Especially because I don't really want to go back and forth between pulling out the slingshot and pulling out the boomerang. So that should help clear things up. And now we're going to work our way to the top left. And again, pretty much what I did on my last one with the monkey, where I was trying to hit it with the bomb and free him that way. Part of the reason I was doing it that way is because that's what we're going to need to do here. And this one can be significantly more annoying and significantly harder. I don't know why I had a problem with this one for like when I first started playing this one, this game, but I ran into a major headache with this one. I just couldn't get it to explode when needed. So let's get up here. So let's just take you out. Should just take a minute. So we need to find Mr. Bomb Bug over there. So that is also part of the problem. Oh wow, that was a complete whiff. Thank you, Zelda, for being so lenient. So that is basically step 1. Obviously, we still have step 2. Are you serious? Wow, now that makes no sense to me. So let's hop over here. And let's get that opened up. And we got a small key. So obviously we needed a key anyways. But let's see if we can do it this way. That is the way traditionally I wanted this to work. And honestly, the first time I did this, it took me forever. I could not get it to work. It would never hit correctly. It was a massive headache. So, very happy that I got it first time here. Okay, never mind. I don't want to do it. If you're going to be difficult. Same thing. If you're going to be difficult, I'm not dealing with it. We got other things to do. So, same thing here. Let's do it that way. And throw it perfectly just like that. So this thing will open up for you, and we have another monkey. So we needed, what, 3 monkeys? We got 2 of them. And now we have our mini key so that we can go about our day and finish this temple up. Drop down. Annoying thing is we have some things to reverse here. 2 for 1 is not bad though. Yeah. Perfect. And flip that. So now we're working our way back. And this is kind of the backtracking stuff. In my opinion, is not too bad in here, but could be a little better. I don't know why they made us do this way. In my opinion, it should have been just key here, lock there, etc., and then go on to the final room. Out. That. Go. So let's skip through those guys. And do a finishing moves to take him out. Super helpful, as I kind of mentioned. And I think the monkey is just right up top here. And then we just got the final boss. Overall, he's not too bad. We'll get help from the monkeys. And then we are out of this kind of limited area that we have. Perfect. Oh, duh. I don't know why I was just always hitting him. There we go. Not really what I want right before the boss fight. So let's go back over there and let's swing our way to the boss. So hopefully last time going through like this. And last time I already made this wrong decision. So this, ooh, let's see if I can get a little chunk of heart. There we go. Can't skip it again. Okay, so in this one, I believe they're just doing one super long line instead of a bunch of like mini jumps. So you are still gonna need to swing your way across though. So just be careful. Jump isn't too hard, but I think you'll lose a little bit of heart if you miss it. And going into the boss fight, it's best to not have, yeah, it's best to have full health. So just time this up. Go. There we go. Ooh, very close, very close. And then obviously if you do not have the big key, you're going to need to go back and use the boomerang to do that little Z maze and Z puzzle and get that open, to get this open. And you can see we're going to be using the bomb bugs again, using the boomerang, of course, as what you do with Zelda every single time you get a new item. That is what you're going to be using going forward. Poisonous water, so do your best to avoid there. And let's get this started. Come on, guy. Come right out. So, you can see, I probably should have given you some pretext there, but basically, what we've been doing for the last, like, 10 minutes, we are doing again here. just hit that, target on him, use the bomb bug to target then and throw right into the mouth. And there we go. Obviously, this is just the beginning. It's just giving you a little reminder and some context on how we're going to take out this fight and this boss. So, obviously, we're going to be hitting that eye as much as possible. Mr. Monkey, come on. There we go. So he's going to come down and help us out. So we're going to need to target him, though. And he isn't moving a moving target. Perfect. So let's do what we've just been doing. Oh, I missed it. Oh, okay. So, monkey first. Oh, that was probably not the best way to go about that. Let's see if it hit. It did. Perfect. And just keep moving. That's not what I wanted. Oh, wow. I'm surprised that worked out. So, with those guys down, we can now take on the main guy. And I feel like this Z targeting is not working, so I want to do it the old-fashioned way. And that now opens up the eyeball that I'm going to completely whiff because I do not have my sword out. But I got a good couple clean hits on him. And we're going to go, obviously, another couple rounds with this guy. So, just keep moving. He actually did what I wanted him to, which is open up the pot for a heart. Ah, okay. You definitely see I'm a little rusty. I just need to keep up with the pace of the monkey and actually try to avoid these guys. I have not been really trying to avoid their attack. I've been trying to aim most of the time. Let's see if I get this one. Perfect. So now we just got the middle. Just hold that there. Hold that there. And that one should be a... Nope. Yeah, it exploded. Didn't time that up well enough. Come on. There we go. So that one should hit. And now I'm going to get my sword out instead of my sprint. And you got that finishing move. I feel like I could have gotten that the first round. So... apologies there, a little bit of extra time on that boss fight. I did get hit a couple times, but overall it wasn't too bad. So the one thing is, obviously, you just need to time up when the monkey is moving and hit the target, target onto the bomb. But that, guys, is the Forest Temple here in Twilight Princess. I really enjoy it. I think it's a very well-built level. I think it's a great introduction into how the levels within Twilight Princess work, as well as like a great take on the boomerang. The slingshot, obviously, there's not too much there. It's just a little bit more. Well, it's a little bit better looking, I will say. The targeting is a little bit better. The look of it is slightly better. And so we are going to go collect 3 pieces of these, and that is the beginning part of the Zelda Twilight Princess, the Fused Shadow. And obviously, we'll get more context on that. 3 Fused Shadows. So we got 2 more. And like, same thing with Ocarina of Time. You start off with Forest, Fire, Water. So let's collect our heart and let's get out of here. And it's going to be a little bit of time. We got a decent amount to do before we get into the Goron Temple. So let's get over here. And Midna will just teleport us out. I'll save on my own time, but thank you. Best to not lose progress in this game, as it does take a long time to do pretty much everything. Just even getting from temple to temple and some of the mini quests that go along the way can be quite time consuming, so you definitely do not want to lose data here. So yes, we'll be going back into Twilight and back into Beast. It's a major part of the game, so hopefully you enjoy being Wolf Link. I think it was a great addition to the kind of Zelda lore. I really enjoyed this game, and I really liked the difference with Majora's Mask, kind of Ocarina of Time to Twilight Princess. I thought that was a great time for Zelda and a great part of the series. But that, guys, is the end of this video. Went through from getting the light vessels all the way over to the Forest Temple and completed the Forest Temple, getting a couple heart pieces along the way. But I hope you guys found that video helpful. Catch you on the next one.